Right now, it could be Mike. At least under eyes. Sino's in a bad spot. Lasbra looking to chase him down. Dardes looking to help lock him up. And Mike with the walls closes him in, puts him out, and Lasbra puts him down into the ground. Now the chase for the Dragons, and the Zeus doing what it needs. Cyclone rotates to his doom, and the Dragons. About Dardes' ult around objectives. That's where a lot of the burn can come through. Now Nika in a little bit of trouble under tower. The dive coming through. Sino wants to make sure this happens. Baskin needs to hit it, but the stun, the turnaround, and the survival. That up, right? Just get a Zeus in a good spot, let him drop ult, and just farm.
Doing a good job of it so far, but playing very safe against what is legitimately a very difficult 2v2 in mid to survive against. How do you know? You look for the pool here, and he's got no follow-up.
Yeah, and he has no escape right now. The walls are up. Good dash actually gets him out of there. Now Baskin rotates in to help out, and they've got Dardes dead to rights, locked down and killed off. The chase is on, and it's turned on the Dragons the way they turned their fight earlier. Ferrymen with a clean rotation. Take out two. To go in, one shot connects, one auto just off the mark. The movement's good, but Lasbra just a little bit stronger. Closes the gap with a blink, gets the kill, and forces Cyclone to play safe. No health, no
numbers build or just straight up crit. It's almost always crit.
Right now, Gold Fury seems to be the option for the Dragons. They've got it locked down and secured, no problem. But Baskin and Aurora go to the back line, put pressure onto Dardes as much as they can, and they've got exactly what they need because Cyclone comes in to clean up. Now, just playing safe. Do you go for a couple more kills? Oh my god, the damage he does to Mike opens up a conversation, and now the Ferrymen are starting to reconsider. Paul goes in! Paul takes out two! And the team just look.
Yes.
Well, Nika, a little bit of trouble. Has to use the ult, gets body blocked, and now the lockdowns. They're good stuns, good CC, and another good kill here for the Ferrymen. And now one, no, you're in danger. Oh no, the damage. It's looking good, and he can't make it out in time. That's a huge kill for the Dragons. It opens up the FG pit. DPS started. The Ferrymen are going to have to respond.
Lasbra slow on the rotation in. Paul has to make a decision here. Do I go in and disrupt, or do I look for the steal? Baskin behind. This might just be look for the fight.
Halfway down already. You're going to have Sino back in the fight. Aurora joining soon. Lightning Storm dropped. The Dragons want the FG, but Mike first on the chopping block. Dragons get it on 4, but they're losing their lives in the process. 3 already gone, and the Ferrymen ripping through every single one of them. Nika has to use everything in his power, but it's looking like just a small, slow burn on this Achilles. The base, so the Ferrymen, while they might be able to get this beacon, aren't getting as much done elsewhere on the map because of the Dragons' positioning.
Collecting the beacon, though, still a decent first step. I would love to see some of that global presence. Primal Fury is going to help out a bit, but you're already approaching truth.
But you got to be careful now. Cyclone over on right wants Lasbra, but will opt instead for a Phoenix. Opens up the base a little further. Dardes plucks back the Aegis, buys so much room, and one
of the most important things on map.
Could be everything you need right here. Nika takes a lot of damage. Baskin goes in. Nika's still alive. The shielding. Oh my god, the shielding does what you need. Any given time for the Titans going around left. Mike knocked up Dardes in trouble. Baskin's looking for him, but doesn't have the damage necessary. Instead, it's Paul who's in danger. Paul who's finally shut down. Lasbra trades his life out to make sure this.
The damage to do it. Not when the Titan is this healthy. Not when the Jade Dragons are legitimately turtle formationed around it. These guys have made a defensive wall around their Titan. Styx Ferrymen, they can't just walk through them.
Baskin can fly through him, tries to knock up, gonna be good, they're going in. They want to try and make it happen here, and now the Titan taking its damage, but it's gonna be a massive skirmish, and Lasbra, it's the Dragons right now who are coming up big, but they're not able to do it. They find 3, but they lose.
Embrace.
Sino blink forward, stun good on the Lasbra. He's got damage, and he might have the chase down. Does he go for the ult? The answer's gonna be no.
So probably likely he was going back to base either way there. But I agree that Sino doesn't go for that ultimate. Palau just gets him out of that every time.
Oh wow, Otto's looking really good. Ult thrown out. You need a little more damage. You wait out the ult, but it might be enough. Mike tries to run away, but a roar puts down his podcast.
And pray that someone's got follow-up. And here's the thing. This is a high artillery damage composition from the Ferrymen.
Ooh, they try to use it. Oh man, Dardes dodges out the ult. They have some damage. Follow up with the shots.
Goodness.
They aren't enough. Dardes barely walking away.
Has to get relatively close range, which is feels like an impossible task when there's a Thoth on one side. Or off the mark with that pluck. That would have been tough for Dardes.
It's gonna spell some trouble for him as well. 4 of the Dragons circling around in a roar, taking down Dardes. Puts his name on. Knockdown coming from Sino, but great ult from Mike. Make sure that Lasber can stay alive, but Basket, he's going in deep. He's going in for the kill, and he's finding exactly what he's fit.
Send Cyclone Spin back to base. All of a sudden that Fury's easy pickings.
The Cyclone's been in danger. Blink from Lasber, dash from Cyclone, but now you've got the close gap. You've got a little bit of help, but it's going back and forth. Palau use damage is there. Cyclone Spin put to the ground. Lasber with the claws, making sure they're sharp. And it's going to spawn in soon. Meanwhile, Lasber goes in on Cyclone, has more help than anybody on the Ferrymen, and Cyclone will not survive to tell the tale or to win this fight. Knockup from Sino. Tries to turn it around, but he can't get the kill. Lasber stays alive just a little bit longer. Mike doing his best to keep him going, causing trouble for the front line. Baskin, Aurora, both low in HP, have to fall back, and now the dive from the Dragons coming through. Nika might be low, but you're finding what you're looking for. It's kills on the front line. Roar taken out by Lasber. Now 5-3 for the Dragons. And of course, when we saw them cause trouble for the Ferrymen, Pyromancer stolen! Paul with a great shot. Make sure to take that one away. Strip it from the Dragons. You're going to lose Aurora in the process. And now the fight for the Dragons has dazzling offensive. Tries to burn some of that to get out, but the damage is just too good. A second one. Distance. What's he going to do to step up? Well, right now it's nothing. Nika leads the way towards him. Forces Paul to feel uncomfortable. Damage turnaround onto the solo laner. They don't have enough to close it. Sino finally finds what you need and gets the job.
Pluck still there from Aurora. Finds PBM as he left alone.
Now trying to get out. Good CC. Good lockdown. On anyone it needs to. There's beads used by Cyclone. Lasber goes in, but a great route. Oh
Look at
my
Dardes.
God, the lockdown.
No dash.
The damage. They've got what they need, and they're finding the kills left and right. Dardes at least turns one around. You lose Cyclone as well. The dual lane for the Ferrymen disappears.
It might be better to have Dardes act as the 1v1 opponent there. He's got really good odds to deal with Sino in just neutral territory, and then it keeps your massive just beacon of CC, the Palau, involved in the team fight.
Fire Giant started by the Ferrymen. Mid-tier 2 knocked down by the Dragons, but they need a response if they want to be able to hold on to this. Palau now up into the sky for Lasbra, looking for the pull, but it's Dardes. Oh man, the alternate timeline procs, but he does not have the safety. Instead, they're pushing. Oh my God, you're right. They're in the Titan room, and that's what Lasbra wants to do. Keep them pulled back. They have to fall away. They have to play it safe. Too many backs from the Ferrymen. The Dragons make a really, really confident play. They've lost 2, and they need to stay alive if they want to hold on to this one. Paul is low. They might be able to continue pushing forward, but Nika coast too low. They're falling apart in their push. 4 already gone, and now the Ferrymen back just a little bit, but you got to deal with a lot more than just that if you're Nika. Tries to hold on. The Phoenix is doing its best, but they're ignoring the Sun Wukong. Paul in a little bit of danger, but still has that alternate timeline. They have the mage this time. They're marching into the Titan room, and they've got the damage to do it there.
Into it. Yeah, Jade Dragon should play some early game.
Well, unfortunately for them right now, it's a small level deficit for Lasbra. We haven't seen him too much, although aggressive positioning right there and aggressive warding all across the board gives them some views. Now Dharmic Pillars up onto Cyclone. Dash is good for the Ishtar, but the damage is there. You need one more shot. No, you just can't find it. Cyclone spin by this.
That's really just it. And Cyclone's been largely self-sufficient in the backline. Ishtar is very good at holding her own and playing safe.
Sino goes in. Oh my God, that's a leap on Dasra! He's just taken off the board of first blood for the Ferryman, and if you blinked, you missed the whole thing.
You'll basking off of anybody, it's going to stick to you very well. Speaking of, Sino doing the exact same thing to Lasbra in the jungle. He's just not being able to get anything rolling.
Oh, the taunt off the mark. Sino goes inside Lasbra for a moment and then dashes away. Lasbra, though, with the ult, throws him back against the wall. The damage is there and the kill is good. The Dragons put themselves on the board, but they're going to lose one. It's good. It's on to Mike. Damage follow-up needs to be there. It's an explosion in the mid lane as far as things go, and it's Aurora who's taking the brunt of it. Paul tries to get to the back, forces a few out, but the Ferrymen are the only one who lose someone until Baskin dunks down. Good damage, but no follow-up to make it work. It's on the double tap. Oh my God, Baskin from max range hits what he needs and gets it done, making sure this goes 1 for 1.
Baskin doesn't need the follow-up of the rest of his team. He is the follow-up. Initiation and damage all in one, making it happen there. Love the play from Lasbra to isolate Aurora, but his Baskin stuck around too long.
Taken down, and now you've got Nika. You could maybe play aggressive still. Not a lot of utility. Move forward. They recognize they've got the Ferryman on the back foot. Just trying to find, again, the opening to all in, to dive, to get their damage. Lasbra tries to start it off, gets a great taunt and some good damage on the back, but you've got to be wary of what the Ferrymen have in their fight. The wall, the CC, the assassins, and the dive. All of it combines to make a great pincer to lock down Mike. Now Nika left alone, the rest of his team scattered to the winds, locked down CC. Now holding on to the defense as best they can, doing what they can, but they lose Lasbra. Darby Pillars turn one around, turn two around as they knock down Sino. It's Coast right now who is the saving grace for the Dragons. They're chasing down Aurora. The silence holds him still. Body blocks, trying to make sure he cannot escape. A Coast just can't catch up. The Dragons, based on positioning, don't seem they want to hedge their bets on a defense at the base. Instead, want to step up and bring the fight to the Ferrymen. They take out Baskin in the blink of an eye because they can control this FG in terms of the burn. And Aurora taken down solo, one hit. But it's going to be the engage. Darmic Pillars dropped in the back. Aurora seems to be the target. You need to burn him a little quicker. Knockups are good, but the Aegis buys him so much time. Phoenix goes down. Aurora stays alive. Ferrymen don't defend the base yet. Baskin up in the sky with Cyclone. Cyclone's already gone. Aurora. He's low. The Dragons. The Dragons are surging forward. The Dragons finally find their energy. They're doing everything they need. They get the deicide, and they're pushing us to game. Dardes.
With his minion just waiting in the base. What do we got? 40 seconds on nearest respawn. There's just no world. The Styx Ferrymen, this one's not for them.
Game 4 on the horizon. The Dragons have done exactly what they needed. They held on for 42 minutes. And Mifflin, they are not getting knocked out yet.
That's one of the throughout this early game. It feels like this Rat's going to be really just following Lasbra around.
Well, silent 1,000 so far. Sino maybe doing something about a little bit of that. Saves the blue buff for Baskin. The gold lead has been marching towards the Dragons. These invades paying off and then some. And now Lasbra over towards Baskin. Do they have the damage and the lockdown? Not able to body block the dash, but the leap in, the ult, it has what you need. You just need some damage. Bat out of hell. One more swoop, but the jukes almost keep him alive. Actually too late to get the shield buff.
This is one of the largest early game leads we've seen all set. I mean, the Jade Dragons are just dominating. Totem pressure 5-1 favoring them as Dardes slammed.
Good shot from Paul. And it does save mid-camps of all.
Thanks to all that global gold rolling through from the Jade Dragons. So if he rotates to a fight and things don't go well, all of a sudden he's even further behind. The Jade Dragons, it's this infinite pressure they're putting out that's really putting them in a good position, which is crazy to think. It's the play style they were trying to stray away from. Why do it? This is Paul, no ultimate, no secure. They're just trying to force a fight, but Aurora's too low.
Cyno in the air, goes to the back, finds Mike with a knock-up, and now the dive in, but Nika counters it, stuns out, focuses out Paul, and finds the kill he needs. 1-for-1, the mid laner finally taken down. Aurora to follow. The Dragons find their opening, and Mifflin, they take the steps right up to the
Dragons able to run over him, and all that sustain at play. Feels like PBM's keeping everybody just outside of Paul's ultimate threshold. There's a lot of damage that Paul's got. You can see it there, but people are freely diving him.
And right now they're diving, like you said, for free, and finding that kill. He's doubled up the deaths. Paul, nothing to say. Cyno goes in, knock up on the Lasber. He's still got bad out of hell. He might want this fight.
100, 200 gold less than the most valuable member of the Ferrymen. That's an awful position to be in. Basket drops so low.
And there's the kill for Coast, exactly what he needs. The chase down with the ult. Now Nika, Cyclone 1v1. You still got a grouping in mid. Looks like Cyno trying to chase him down, but Nika has the favor, not just of the crowd, but in this fight. They're looking for what they can. Can he get the kill? The ult juked out by Cyclone Spin, but the hammer comes down.
Fire Giant on one side of the map. Lasbra on retreat here. Cyno's got to trade his life. It's worthwhile just to get Fire Giant off of one. He has an Aurora though. He's getting in there.
Lasbra, death from behind, gets the kill, what he needs. Fire Giant, Aurora is the target. Look at Coast, look at his damage, and look at the chase down. All you need is the stun, just one, and you've got what you need. The opening, the kill, the damage. Paul lets his ult fly through, but it's too late on theirs.
Cyclone's
that
low.
line's not working out too well for them. Instead, they rotate in towards the right. You already mentioned it, Cyclone. Low, Paul with a great shot hits Coast. And now Lasbra has so many kills. Oh my God, the delete button!
What?
They take care of Paul in an instant, and now, like wind in their sails, they resurge forward. They're looking for 2 kills already.
Keep going, this is it. This Jade Dragon starting to move in towards the base. 5. Get Paul one more item. Let him upgrade his starter, and that 90% is 100.
That's all he needs. Cyno has to play careful here. Has ult. No blink, no beads. And that is going to be an ult for ult trade. Nika, again, driving him to the sky. No backup either on this down before the other. Knock up onto Coast. You have to play it safe. The Aegis, everything keeps you going. The alternate timeline from Paul. Oh, and they're holding on as best they can. Oh, and how it's all going to shake out. The game on the line, a game 5 potentially on the horizon. And the Jade Dragons, the one leading it now. Like you said, Nika tries to lead the way. There's the dash, but immediately you've got the turnaround. And not only that, Coast is out and Coast is alive. You get a kill onto Basket. You're chasing down Paul.
Ferryman Titan down to half. Everybody relatively healthy. You just need someone to tank it up. If Nika can get in there and just have a Porsche Coast hit it, that's it.
Open the door for Darnez. Walk on in. Take this Titan.
It's difficult to go for these invades. Seems to me the Styx Ferrymen realize exactly where that loss started to begin in the previous match, and it was that first rotation of blue and purple simultaneous invades matched up immediately again afterward. Man, Nika is actually dominating this lane right now. That's 5 totems in a row. Ridiculous.
Cyno knocked up, damage, good! Lasbra, first blood, and they're looking for a second. Paul has to run away. Aegis buys his life, but Dragons already on the board, put one up. Is impressive. Pyromancer started up. The Dragons are looking at it as best they can. You have to play carefully. Paul, again, can do a lot of damage. We've seen this set, what its success can be. He's 2 levels down. Pyro getting low. They're looking for it. Ferrymen take that one away, but they're going to lose Aurora in the process. Beacon halfway capped already in favor of the Dragons. And I don't think the Ferrymen step up any more than they have already. In fact, Nika is going to set them up for some success on the right side of the map. Pyromancer started right after the beacon gets capped. Dardes leads the way. Woo brings him into the sky, and again, damage is good, but the beads get him out of there. Pyromancer to the Dragons, and the retreat is solid.
Are you seeing how much damage Cyclone Spin's doing in these fights? He's hitting excessively hard right now. Even PBM, what was that, 4 auto attacks, half of his HP. Dardes through the shield, loses half of his own. The Jade Dragons. It's a cheeky play. There's a ward in the pit. There's no way the Ferrymen don't know.
Well, they have to. They're dancing on top of it. The vision's there. Paul, teleport in from Baskin Aurora. They're all
here.
Be bad. It's
Looks
already
like a commit.
half. They're jumping in. It's gonna be up
Can't
in the
reset.
air. Who can pick it up? Ferrymen take away this fire giant, but they're gonna lose Paul in the process. Revive. They're ready for Dardes, just waiting it out, chasing him down. Damage. Coast traded out 1 for 1, and fire giant on 4 for the Ferrymen, and the chase is not done. Nika, next one to fall down, and Dardes with nowhere to run, trying to stay alive the best he can. And oh my God, this 1v1!
He got him!
Oh my God, Dardes!
Dardes is a monster in the back. Has to strip Fire Giant off of one more, but that's where he's going to start to struggle a little bit. Wait till Cyclone Spin's looking at him, or even to a certain extent Paul at this point, as he's starting to hit some pretty significant power spikes himself. Heartseeker finished up, a little bit more penetration, 1 level off of having that Sundering Axe. It's going to be really difficult as this game goes on for Dardes to apply auto attacks. Generally, Erlong Shen devolves into, I'm going to initiate, then I'm going to get out.
All right, now he's going to initiate, and he's going to get out. Does exactly what you call for. It's Nika's ult that gets used with Cyclone Spin in trade. Now Pyromancer pulled by the Dragons, already half. You have to be careful around these objectives. It's going to be 50-50. They drop it. The Ferrymen are more than happy to just pick that one up. Finally, completely dropped off. They're going to slowly pick up Dragons, secure themselves the Pyromancer for Lasper. Oh my God, Lasper on the side. His health bar low, has to play safe, has the res from Mike, but someone's got a proc, and he walks right to Aurora and gets the pull he needs to stay alive. But Dardes by himself, surrounded by 5 sharks in the water. They smell blood, but he's got the distance. The mink form gets him pretty far out of there. Now he just has to keep on running. And if anything, he's pulling him out of here. I can't believe it, he's still alive, and he's turning some of the fight. Needs something. Myth, Turtle, keeps him going. He's fighting 4, he gets a lot. 15 seconds, and Dardes will be back on the board. Cyclone Spin showing what his damage can do, and can it burn a fire giant? Slow rolling for the Ferrymen right now. Nika leading the way. Whoop, at least controls a little bit. But you've got to be cautious. They can jump in. Sino up to the sky. They want the fight, and they're looking for Coast. They've got him already low. Mike needs to do something, but he can't get it. He doesn't have the ult. He doesn't have the save, and that's the carry for the Dragons. Already gone. Solo. Now the pressure's going to be on. Pyromancer started by the Dragons. They know they have a numbers advantage, but they only have it for a little bit. Dragons get themselves the Pyro, scoop up the Runic Bomb, force Aurora into his ult. Sino into the back, onto Coast immediately, and forced into the sky by some great autos. Dardes, oh man, Dardes is low. Dardes fighting back as best he can, waiting for his heal, and it comes through, keeps him going. They get rid of Cyclone, they get rid of Baskin, and 2, like you said, the side laners off the board.
3.
The jungle is going to go ahead and join them.
Styx Ferrymen reeling from that team fight and still on the retreat. Paul, Aurora, the only one standing. Jade Dragon, low HP. He's got to be real careful.
Got to be careful. Nika coming around the side, whooped at the perfect time, but is it the perfect time? No, it is not. The Dragons take the fire giant, and they're taking the fight after. Lasper hiding away, does get taken down, but Cyclone Aurora, they're incredibly low. Baskin is going to get killed off. Just 1 more hit, and the Dragons have that. 9-5, 2 off the board, and the fire giant on 4.
Blank, you gotta stop Coast.
Gotta do a lot here, and the pressure is on for the Ferryman's jungler. No ult to his name, and the Dragons slowly marching towards the Titan room, slowly dealing the damage they need to, and slowly losing this fight. Coast revived right now. Mike
50%.
going massive. They need a little bit more, and they just do not have it. Nika is at least looking for 1, and he gets the kill, and the Revitalize, the winds in their sails. They have to fall back, but Mifflin, they got heat checked, and they're going to get heat checked a little harder here. Nika playing
He's still
with
alive?
fire. Oh my God! They turned that around. The